Banks constantly flood our mailboxes with incredible offers: 3% cash back, 0% annual percentage rates, free airport lounges, and welcome bonuses worth hundreds of dollars. It feels like a world of free money. This chart reveals a different reality. It compares the average payout of those bank rewards against the staggering $1.2 trillion that Americans currently hold in credit card debt. Those luxurious perks are a tiny fraction of what we actually owe. Curious tone. If banks are being so generous with these lavish gifts, how exactly are they still making billions of dollars in pure profit every single year? Meet Sarah. She's 27, just landed her first corporate job, and recently received her very first 0% rewards card. Sarah believes she's found a financial loophole. She's convinced she is outsmarting the system, effectively getting paid to spend money she was going to spend anyway. However, the mechanics of these cards are designed with a specific purpose: to encourage spending and eventually convert a user's future earnings into bank profit. This flowchart shows the mechanical difference between how we pay. On the left, a debit transaction removes money directly from your bank balance. On the right, a credit transaction pulls from the bank's vault, creating an IOU to be paid later. For Sarah, the initial phase is effortless. She swipes for coffees, groceries, and vacations, assuming she'll simply clear the balance when the bell arrives. Behavioral scientists have identified a quirk called the pain of paying. When you hand over physical cash, your brain registers the loss immediately. Swiping a piece of plastic delays that pain, effectively bypassing your natural spending breaks. Because the transaction doesn't feel like a real loss of cash in the moment, consumers consistently spend significantly more money than they would if they used physical bills. Sarah justifies this higher spending by focusing on the 2% cash back and the airline points she's racking up, convincing herself that her inflated budget is actually a smart move. Look at the actual math on this scale. You start with a heavy block representing a $1,000 purchase. It shrinks down through a funnel until all that's left is a tiny $20 cashback coin. You must spend massive amounts to earn a marginal return. Banks use these rewards to make spending money feel like saving money. It's a gamified system that encourages higher transaction volumes. These rewards act as a lubricant for the banking system, maximizing transaction fees and preparing the user for the actual interest trap. Eventually, Sarah hits a sudden breaking point. Her car breaks down, and the unexpected repair bill makes it impossible to pay her full balance this month. Facing a $5,000 balance, she chooses to pay only the minimum payment of $35. It feels like a small, manageable decision. At a 24% interest rate, the $5,000 principal stays the same, while a red interest bar grows rapidly each month. Over 5 years, the compounding effect takes over. Sarah pays thousands in interest alone, while the original debt barely moves. This reveals the bank's true business objective. They don't want you to default, but they also don't want you to pay your balance in full. Customers who reliably make minimum payments keep the debt alive indefinitely. To the bank, these customers are the most profitable product in the system. The thousands of dollars Sarah is now paying in interest represent a complete loss. They don't buy clothes, fun weekend vacations, or weekly groceries. They're pure profit for the lender. The minimum payment converts a moment of financial relief into a cycle of systemic debt. The credit card business model relies on a specific transfer of wealth. Every airport lounge and free flight is funded by the billions of dollars in interest paid by customers like Sarah. To safely beat the system, you must treat your credit card exactly like a debit card. This means only spending the cash you currently have in your checking account. The second rule is to ignore the bait. Never make a purchase just to earn rewards points or a tiny percentage of cash back. This layout shows the 3 structural rules for using these cards safely. The final and most important step is to use automation to guarantee the full balance is cleared every single month. These strict boundaries allow you to leverage the benefits of a credit card, like building your credit score and securing purchase protections, while avoiding the revolving debt cycle entirely. The next time you reach for your card, ask yourself one question. Are you buying this because you can afford it, or just because your credit limit says you can?